what we do.
Nothing really matters to me.
Welcome to Durbania, I'm Durban, and this is my spoiler-free review for Suicide Squad. Honestly, I was kind of disappointed with this movie. But I went into this movie expecting to be disappointed by this movie. So, was I disappointed because I was expecting to be disappointed? Or was I disappointed because I was disappointed and I was right to be expecting it? Deep philosophical questions. Alright, so since we kind of know that's where I stand, that I came out of this movie a little bit disappointed and was expecting that, let's just hit the positives then. So let's start with that. I thought Will Smith was a positive for this movie, but let me say that with this. If you liked Will Smith in Independence Day, if you liked Will Smith in Men in Black, basically if you like Will Smith and that charisma that he can bring, he's not doing a new character, he's not doing any kind of nuance, he is Will Smith, and he brings that typical Will Smith charisma to this role of Deadshot. So if you like that, then I think you're gonna really like Deadshot, because he does bring a certain life and charisma to this character. He brings a certain amount of fun to it, and to me, he was the character that I kind of ended up watching more than any other character in this movie. The movie chose to focus on him, so that's not all my fault, but I'm just saying that's kind of where I was with it. So if you like that about Will Smith, then you will like that about Deadshot. If you don't like that about Will Smith, then you probably won't like that with Deadshot. Margot Robbie, I thought she did a fantastic job as Harley Quinn. There were many moments where it felt like the Batman the Animated Series Harley Quinn, and that's what I was hoping for, and that's what I got. I feel like the movie didn't take her character and use that character to its full potential, but it didn't do a horrible job either. But Margot Robbie herself, as the actress portraying that role, I thought she did a fantastic job, and for me that was another highlight of this movie. Really, one of the big problems with this movie is because it's the Suicide Squad, they had to take all these characters, cram them into this movie, and then do everything in their power to get you to know these characters super fast and just bring us all up to speed. Jared Leto as the Joker, that was also kind of interesting. I think we're going to hold off on that talk, though, until the spoiler talk. Nah, see that? Hook, you're hooked, and I did what all DC movies are doing now, and, you know, planting the seeds for the next thing and the present thing, rather than focusing on the present thing. When you have that many characters, and you're just cramming so much backstory into all of these characters, there's a point where it loses its charm, and what happens is, you just don't connect. A lot of these characters I thought I was going to connect to, like Killer Croc and a couple others from the trailers and stuff, I didn't really have any connection with while I was watching this movie. Captain Boomerang, Killer Croc, whoever else was there, there was no connection for me, and the truth is, I wanted to connect to them. But there was nothing that brought me into their story. There was really nothing that made them super likable to me. And then Katana, I have to mention her because on Arrow, she was a really cool character. I didn't like Season 3 of Arrow that much, but she was a redeeming factor of it. And in this movie, her backstory was just somebody in one sentence talking about it, and then boom, we move forward. And it's like, wait, that one sentence was super interesting. Why are we elaborating on all this other stuff and not on her? But I don't know, the point is, all that elaboration, it really just kind of, for me, became kind of a muddled mess. It just made it hard to connect. It made it hard to understand what was happening. And it made it hard to really care about a lot of these people. And I wanted to, but I didn't. And really, if this movie had an extra half hour tacked on, then yeah, that could work. Like Batman v Superman. When I saw that on the big screen, it felt like it was a rushed mess. But when I saw the Ultimate Edition and that half hour put back in, no, it didn't fix all the problems with the movie, but it did fix some. It did give you more context for things. It helped you understand things, and I thought it made the overall flow of the movie better. And I'm willing to bet something like that has happened with Suicide Squad. There was things I saw in the trailer that were not in the movie. So I'm willing to bet there's a half hour sitting on a cutting room floor that fleshes out more characters, that brings you into more connection. Release that on the big screen! In the end here, I really did want to connect with this movie. It's not like I hated it, absolutely. It is entertaining. You will have fun with this movie. But really, there were so many elements that I just felt like it was forced. I felt like the story was forced. I felt like the villain was forced. The villain reminded me a lot of Rita from the Power Rangers, and the people that she sent out to, you know, the little pawns she sent out to fight, reminded me of the putties that came out to fight the Power Rangers. You remember the putties, don't you? That's what it reminded me of. Less corny, but same principle. So to me, it just felt like this movie was rushed. It felt like it was trying to be the DC version of Guardians of the Galaxy. That's what it felt like it was trying to be. And I don't feel like it got there. But it shouldn't have been trying to get there. It should have been just trying to be a really fun movie. So I left the movie kind of disappointed. This is kind of tough because really what I want to do is give this movie 2.75 stars. But I do not have a graphic for that, so we're going to put up 2.5 stars. I know that makes it look like I hate this movie, but let me just say this. I did have fun. I think it's more worth renting than it is seeing on the big screen, and I am going to end up buying it. I probably normally wouldn't, but I'm a little obsessive, and I already have the other 2 movies that are part of this new DC universe, and to complete this universe, yes, I'm going to have to own Suicide Squad, so that's probably why I'm going to end up buying it. But it's not like I shun this movie or completely dislike this movie. Like, if you go see it, yeah, I think you'll see that it's rushed. I think that you'll see that they didn't build on things, and then you'll see, oh, they threw too much in over here, too little over here. I think you'll see some of that unbalanced part of it. But I also think you'll see that there are some really fun moments to be had in this movie. That's where I'm at with this movie. If you saw Suicide Squad, how many stars out of 5 would you give it? Let me know in the comments, and while you're there, hit that subscribe button because Saturday got the spoiler talk for Suicide Squad coming up, and got a special friend coming back who some of you know, some of you who are new probably don't know, but I'm looking forward for you to get to know. And we're going to really dig into this. We're going to dig into the Joker, we're going to dig into other things. It's going to be a good time had by all. So subscribe, be ready for that to pop up. I'm Durbin. Thanks for checking out Durbania.